Justin. First of all, I want to say Jim and Gail are the two coolest parents. I mean, they're just unbelievable parents. Unbelievable. And I love you very much. My first memory of Corby was 1999. I graduated the same year as Corby did. I'm not from around here. And I'm from Sacramento. My first memory of Corby was hearing a cassette tape, the 1996 release of the Corby Yates Blues Experience. Just had 6 songs on it, 4, 5, 6 songs. And what struck me, as I heard it from a distance, and what struck me was he sounded a lot like Stevie Ray Vaughan, the vocal style. But then I kind of just heard it as background noise at first, and I thought, okay, well, my mom's playing Stevie Ray Vaughan. Well, it was a lot different from Stevie Ray Vaughan, in a good way, and not to compare at all, I had to go see what the cover looked like of the cassette tape, and when I picked it up, I looked at it, I couldn't believe it was a guy that was 14 years old, 13 years old on this recording, and I looked at it, and at the time, he looked identical to me, how I used to look before I gained 25 pounds. And so my mom, the first show I saw Corby was June of 2000, and he played the Weave benefit show up at Fair Oaks Park near Sacramento, where I live. And I was absolutely blown away. I mean, I had seen Joe Satriani at the time. I mean, I've played guitar for 20 years. I've seen and heard the best. And Corby Yates, I saw over 35 shows, I think I counted. And from that point on, I was just floored. I saw him at Weave Park 3 times. I saw him play at Folsom Powerhouse Pub 4 times. Winners at the Palms Playhouse, which was the absolute, just total, just killer venue. I mean, the thing about Corby was not only his ferocious playing style that you've never even, it was the feeling you got. It was the adventure of, after seeing him the first time, I was hooked. I was absolutely hooked. I had told all my friends about him. I brought my dad to go see him up in Tahoe. 2 of Andy's last shows up in Tahoe. My mom saw him. I brought all my friends, Matt, Nate, and Maddie. And the cool thing about seeing a Corby Yates show was the adventure of it. It was checking the website, seeing where he was playing, and gathering up with all your friends, and just driving to this remote place out in the middle of nowhere. It was such an adventure, just to get out of town. And paying $10, $5 at the door, and you're seeing the most phenomenal show that you've ever seen in your life. I mean, for me, it really did change my life. I followed his career for 12 years, and he eventually started noticing me, Maddie, my buddy Matt, Nate, and he was this tall, totally humble, not one bit of ego in him whatsoever. And that was the other side to Corby that just made him what he was. It was just absolutely phenomenal to just be driving out in the middle of nowhere, go see him play, and the best times was before the show and after the show, just talking with him, Charlie Brown, Jim, Ian, I mean, they were some really, really great guys, and not one bit of ego in any one of them. And I'm very, very fortunate to have met Corby, seen him play so many times. He had made a special thanks to me and Maddie in his Fungus Blues album, which I was elated when I found that out. I ordered it off Amazon, and I just opened it up, and I literally, I don't think my car was working at the time. I wanted to run to Maddie's house to tell him just that Corby had thanked us. And there's just no words. I mean, there's just no words to how phenomenal Corby was, and he was just so humble and nice. And it was something you just can't really explain. You see him play, and it doesn't really compute, you know? A guy so humble and just without the ego, and as soon as he gets up on stage, he's violently making these faces and he's pouring sweat into everything he did. I mean, by this third minute into the song, his shirt would be completely soaked. And it was just, he was born to play. He was born to play guitar. He picked it up at 6 years old, and his guitar became a part of his body. It really did. I mean, you can't explain something like that. And I haven't seen any other player like that ever. And Corby Yates, hands down, is the greatest blues rock guitar player that has ever existed. Period. That's not debatable. Corby Yates was absolutely phenomenal and a very, very awesome human being. Awesome human being, and I love him very much. And I'm always here for you guys. And we're all one big family now. We all know. Corby was the best. Thank you very much.
Where she's walking through the clouds, a circus smile that's running wild. Butterfly zebras are moving as she whispers a fairy tale.